Ah, welcome to another edition of the Collector Cartel's Reading Corner with me, your host, Professor Cha-Cha D. DeLorean, PhD, MBE, STD, BBC 2. Now, I won't stand on ceremony. It certainly never stood on me, so just call me Professor D. Yeah, baby, that's me. You know what I'm saying, Chamon. A storyteller, an occultist, a bearded prophet, a creative demiurge. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about Alan Moore, why shall we not? Another hairy occultist and luminary in the world of comic books. Such astounding credits to his name: Watchmen, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Promethea, From Hell, V for Vendetta, and Maxwell the Magic Cat. If ever comic works were going to feature on an academic national curriculum, Moore would have at least 2 of his opuses as dead certs. Any good creator will always want to push the boundaries, and he certainly did that with his storytelling. His run on Swamp Thing was the closest I'd ever been to a comic-induced religious experience, and Promethea, the divine creative experience of storytelling beautifully distilled into a superhero comic book. Lost Girls, oh madam. Morty Vicar, scandalous. But I do thoroughly and wholeheartedly recommend his Moon and Serpent bumper book of magic, which he co-wrote with Stephen Moore, no relation, but both of them being steeped in the Eleusinian mysteries, Mithraic transcendence, and alchemical eki fatang. Oh boy, sorry, I sort of trailed off a bit there. Solway et coagula, all that stuff and poppycock. But what are we here to talk about today? Well, this is the Collector's Cartel, and they are all about comics. So how about Moore's influence on one of the biggest and well-known superheroes in the whole world, Batman? Moore, Batman, The Killing Joke. When looking back over Moore's oeuvre, I loved his outing for Batman, and it was cemented for many with the animated film adaptation, which I personally hate. Fucking hate that animation style. There, I said it. Damn and blast your googly eyes. Anyway, although critically acclaimed, The Killing Joke is not looked back on as fondly as it once was. Modern audiences have seen it as problematic, and it continues to be criticised for its violence and the treatment of its perpetratee. Is that a word? It is now. Well, Moore stood by his work, but said that he didn't like the grim psychosis it inspired, leading to a period of disillusionment for him and the comic book industry. Moore famously saying, "I will always love and adore comics, or the comics medium, but the comics industry and all of the stuff attached has become just unbearable." I mean, be fair, the fellow is a Saab, you know. Hang it all, Andrews. Now, many of his works were made into movies, some of which shouldn't have been. Like Paul Daniels used to say, "You may like it or you may not. I, for one, do not, sir." And Alan Moore stood by me on this and does not like any of his Hollywood adaptations to date. To date, mind. But if you can follow me as we edge past the controversy, like someone trying to bunk into a public swimming bath through a turnstile, let's enjoy one of the greatest monologues the Joker has ever given. Why shall we not?
So, I see you received the free ticket I sent you. I'm glad. I did so want you to be here. You see, it doesn't matter if you catch me and send me back to the asylum. Gordon's been driven mad. I've proved my point. I've demonstrated that even the sanest man alive can be driven to lunacy. All it takes is one bad day. You know, that's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day. You had a bad day once, am I right? Am I right? I know I'm right, huh? You had one bad day and everything changed. Why else would you want to dress up like a flying rat? You had a bad day and it drove you as crazy as everybody else. Only you won't admit it, will you, Bats? You have to keep pretending that life makes sense, that at some point to all this struggling, God, you make me want to puke. I mean, what is it with you? What are you made of? Girlfriend killed by the mob? Maybe, brother, carved up by some mugger? Yeah, something like that, Bats. Something like that, Bats, I'm telling you. Something like that happened to you, didn't it? Oh, boo! Something happened to me, too. Something like that, yeah? You know, I'm not exactly sure what it was. Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a past, I prefer to be multiple choice. My point is, I went crazy. When I saw what is a black, awful joke the world was, I went crazy as a coon. I admit it. So why can't you? You're not unintelligent, Bats. You must see the reality of the situation. You know how many times we've come close to World War III over a flock of fucking geese on a computer screen? Do you even know what triggered the last World War? An argument between Germany over how many telegraph poles they owned to the war debt collectors. Telegraph poles! It's all a joke. It's all a terrifying joke. Anybody, anything, ever valued or struggled for, it's all just a monstrous, demented gag, Bats. Don't you see it? Can't you see the funny side? Why ain't you laughing?
Well, that about says it all, doesn't it, really? Genius, bearded shaman, extraordinary freelancer. Well, enough talking about Alan Moore. Let's talk about me. And I'll be here for the next episode of the Reading Corner with the Collectors Cartel. Oh, as Timothy Leary used to say, turn in, tune in, and fuck off. Jolly good show on. Topping day, what? Oh, madam.
Now again a barrel, fa la 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 la.